Ayo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Potter with the Grandmaster Glass YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode of the Weekly Glass Market Watch, where we talk about the heady community and heady glass and just anything that I find worth talking about. I've got a lot of good things to talk about in this episode, so let's get right into it. And up first on today's episode, we've got Aaron Park Glass. He does the Legos, and I am a huge fan of this. Just the ability to get these pieces of glass, the exact precision of a Lego piece, to get them to be able to snap on like that, that is very, very skilled. I love to see it. And just his incorporation with his his illegal Legos, his like custom printed tops to go with his caps and just his art. And I know he makes these independents. So just to see them on all forms of glass is super, super cool. He's put them onto some bubble caps, and then they've got like little water pipes. And yeah, it's just really, really funny to see. Brings a smile to my face. So I felt like this is definitely somebody that you should follow if you don't already. And he's always consistent. And if you always want to look at somebody's art, he always has something up. So yeah, Aaron Park Glass, go check him out. Up next, Elbow, probably somebody that doesn't need an introduction, but I just thought it was worth talking about, just trying to cover a little bit of news, showing that he actually had a really legendary drop at Purple Haze, and I was able to see some of the pieces on the story, some of the pieces I don't know. I wasn't able to see all of them online, so it's just something where you have to be in the know to be about it, so I just think it's cool to document it and talk about it. It was an all-purple show for Purple Haze. So it was a cool concept and theme, and to just see the effort and everything put into shows like that just definitely sparks my inspiration, and I love to see that. So yeah, Elbow Glass with the purple drop. Up next, so I've got a piece right here that I clipped from Ashmi Glass, and he did a collab with Firekiss. I'm a huge fan of Firekiss, very, very legendary prep work, and the way he's incorporated that like almost like the bubble trap, but it looks like a reptile skin to me. I know he's got a name for the prep. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, the way Ashmi incorporated the Firekiss into the tube and the accent around the foot and the lip, I just think the whole piece flows very well together. And I love to see collaborations between artists like this. And yeah, Ashmi Glass is legendary, so go check them both out. He's always doing the auctions and staying consistent with the art, so that's what I love to see. Ashmi Glass and Firekiss with the collab. Up next, all right, we've got somebody I followed over the years, Beetle Soos, and he used to make these really crazy creatures, and he's kind of switched up to more of a classic linework wigwag style, and I saw these millies that he's prepped up, and I'm very interested to see how he incorporates them into some work. And there you can kind of see the wigwag kind of looking millies that he does. And yeah, I just think it's cool to see artists over time have that switch up and go from one style to another for one reason or another. So I think it's just something cool to take note of and to watch over time. All artists progress and evolve in different ways. And I love to see the way he has progressed. So Beetle Soos Glass. And up next, we've got Dave MC, DMC Glass, Austin native, Texas, and yeah, just his artwork and the way he's incorporated the fume like implosion into the line work around the dots is very, very technical. Super, super cool to see with the backing on the back. It's just super, super appeasing and symmetrical to the eye. And the gradient color as it transitions with the fume work, super, super skilled. Really, really love the size and proportion of the implosion, how far everything has come into the marble, and the overall size. You know, it's perfect pocket size, but it's big enough to see all the detail. Super, super cool DMC Glass, Austin native. Go check him out. Up next, we've got somebody who is a big inspiration to me, Dosh World. He is just, I can't say enough good things about this guy. Just overall, his entire attitude towards life and how he shares things on the internet and his travels and his Airstream. Just a lot of things pique my interest with Dosh World. And I love to share his work and share and let other people know about his awesome artwork, because his fume work and the essence of the cut and flip, just his whole artistic vibe is something that I think everybody can benefit from. And I really, really appreciate seeing his artwork on the daily and just how open he is on social media. It's refreshing, I would say. That's a good way to put it. So always brings a smile to my face. So if you've not seen him, I'll put his Instagram, and I'm putting everybody's Instagram down below. But Dosh World, yeah, check him out with that fume work. And it almost looks like wood, the pattern and the way the line work comes down. Very, very aesthetically pleasing. And up next, we've got Hondo Glass. And this guy stays with the fume work, like the heavy fume work, along with pineapples. And just like the small pineapple popping into the kind of like the perk, the secondary perk right there, kind of like water catch, is just super, super legendary. Yeah, the overall fume work and the transitions from color to color is very, very technical. And it's very, very vibrant, and you don't see that as often in fume work. So he is definitely a skilled master of his trade and really honed in that fume work. And I really love to see that. And yeah, I'm not sure if that pineapple, it doesn't look like it's functionable. It's just going to be kind of a water trap ash catcher area, I would say. But either way, super, super cool. It might actually function. You know what? I'm thinking it does. As well, this is his submission for the 1K show. I should have actually covered, and I'm thinking about going back and covering the 1K show and just talking about all the pieces that were entered into it. But this one was sold for the 1K show, and super, super cool to see. So just having that 1K price tag and knowing what you get for that, I think that's really, really cool. Legendary work. Removable downstem. So, yeah, Hondo Glass with the pineapples. Up next, we've got Kai Brown. Okay, so this guy, super, super cool with the milli work. I know he is an inspiration for a lot of people, just the dedication and how much tech and innovation he brings to the table. Just the way he applies his craft is very inspirational to me on the daily. So I thought this would be a great opportunity just to showcase just something very, what seems to be simple, yet immensely complex. And if you know his work and the way you see all of his milli patterns applied, it's definitely a fun thing to watch. A good body of work. And you can see it right there, polished. And I just think it gives it a unique feel. So you could tell that there was a full round bail, and that he decided to just polish off the whole front of it and take that bail with it. Once again, very, very unique. And yeah, Kai Brown, legendary in the scene. So... And up next, we've got Queso Glass. So anytime you have a body of work together is very appeasing to me, just to see the kind of the flow and how they all go together. Really it just hits me right. And to see all of these beads together before they get sold like individually and separated to never be together again is just super cool to see. And just like the detail and just taking the time and inspiration just for a few small details, how much you can transform and really hand the glass, you know, an idea. Because yeah, I just love to see all these little cheese little wheel, yeah, kind of like cheese wheel beads. But yeah, like the Havarti, we got the American, the Swiss, the Gouda. But yeah, super, super cool to see this cheese applied in such a cool way. So yeah, Queso Glass with the cheese beads. Loving it, that's for sure. Up next, we have got, and I gotta zoom in again on this one, we've got Rude Boy and Reggie's Glass. So he is actually somebody I am new to because of Rude Boy. So if you don't know him, definitely drop a follow. Reggie's, I think I'm saying his name right. He did the prep work, and then Rude Boy made the Chester Cheetah out of the prep work. And it is so one of one. It's very unique. It's something I've not seen. So, yeah, just the tie-dye looking glass is very, very cool. I like the way it's been applied and the way Rude Boy was able to take his prep and then turn it into a cheetah. Very, very, very cool. And I know Reggie's, he makes like the shirts, and that's what he's been pumping out here lately. So just to see his prep work applied in other ways is super, super cool. And yeah, I covered Rude Boy before, and I really, really love him as an artist. And yeah, so definitely go check them out. Like I said, new follow for me on Reggie's. You can't follow everybody all at once, so just the more you're in the community, the more people you find. You might have known every single artist I've talked about, or every single artist might have been new. So it's just something I'm trying to cover a wide variety of artists from big to small, just to have a good community discussion about things. So yeah, moving on. Up next. Alrighty, so this one, I'm a big fan of this guy as well. I'm a fan of all these artists. It's really hard for me to say anything bad about any of these artists, but this guy right here, Stringbean Glass, he is super, super cool with the anime, and he pumped out just such a clean, simple yet precise pendant. And I just love clear glass wrapped up with the line work, which is precision, very, very difficult to do, to execute. And it just translates so well, and he gets so close, so up close to that. The further away, the less detail, the more you can get away with. So the fact that he is unafraid to just put the camera right up against it and just let you see that, did I say Astro Boy or Mega Man? I don't know what I said. I'm not in on this anime. I'm in on other animes. I think that's Astro Boy. I don't know. I don't have the post. I'm not going to pull it up. Anyways, but yeah, Stringbean Glass, super, super cool. Go check him out if you're into stringer drawings and anime, because he kills it. Up next, we have got Upgrade Glass. So he is very, very cool with the Millie works. Speaking of Kai earlier, now we've got Upgrade Glass, and you can see the way he's incorporated his Millie patterns into his body and into the can and then around the alien. Very, very cool. He's known for more of a sculptural approach, some pendants and different things. So yeah, just the overall style and approach to this piece is not very common, and it's not as unique as you'd see. So it's not as common as you'd see. It's very unique. And yeah, just the overall vibes. It gives me if you've ever seen the movie Cowboys versus Aliens, it kind of gives me that alien, like those kind of alien vibes. So yeah, super, super cool. Aztec kind of, yeah, and just his attitude with the mouth, the way he was able to capture and convey the shaping is super, super cool. Brings a smile to my face, and if you don't know Upgrade Glass, go check him out. Up next, we have got Vin Nguyen. So this guy, if you don't know, drop a follow. He is legendary with the faceting and the dichro and just precision and detail. Such a cool guy. And yeah, he's always constant with the artwork. That's something I love to see. Somebody that is constantly pumping out artwork and just letting it flow. Just that dedication, it speaks volumes, because it's a grind within itself to stay up on social media and constantly post and just to provide content. So I really appreciate this guy, Vin Nguyen. It brings a smile to my face. And just the overall approach to his artwork is so, so cool. So definitely drop a follow on Vin Nguyen if you haven't. And up next, and this is going to be the last submission for today, and we're going to leave it off with a banger, Universe Gateson. I am mesmerized. So I wanted to leave off with this piece because one of the reasons I blew glass is because I wanted to know about it. I love to educate myself and figure out, and it's like almost the magic, what you don't know. And in a way, you kind of lose the magic when you find out. But after blowing glass and then looking at techniques, it really, really excites me when I almost don't have a clue how they achieve what they do. The way they do, I might have a general idea, but the overall dedication to the realism to what's going on in this piece, like, I can't, it's really, really hard for me personally, and I'm gonna try to zoom in, to think about and to control the glass in such a way to create an island and waterfall and clouds and forest and depth and shaping and opal floating up top without any inclusion lines, the sweeping water. It's like there's so much going on there that, I mean, you really could. You could say, hey, here's $1 million, tell me exactly how this is done, I couldn't tell you. And that's what I was getting at, where there's always a bit of magic that I don't want to ruin. Like, I always want to wonder. Kind of going off on a tangent, just being inspired looking at this Universe Gateson marble, but yeah, super, super cool. I couldn't imagine like holding one of his pieces of artwork and looking into, you know, his universes. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off this picture. I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed what I have done and what I'm putting together on these weekly episodes. I have been looking for sponsorships, and I'm in the works with somebody, at least one company. So if you start seeing that, know that's happening. I just want to grow this channel. I want to be able to share it with other people, and to have sponsorships for the channel and for myself is going to help us grow, and it's just something I've been working towards. So I think that's going to be really cool. Expect to see that, and yeah, stay tuned for next week. We're going to keep at it. Weekly Glass Market Watches. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up if you think I did a good job. Smash that subscribe button, and remember, never stop evolving.